Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. So about 6 weeks ago, I taste tested a Menu 15 MRE Mexican style chicken stew, and I loved it so much, I decided to create a recipe for it. I had opened my AI Microsoft Copilot and had a discussion with it to come up with a recipe that tastes similar to the MRE style, Mexican style chicken stew. So I am going to start off with dicing up a green pepper. And then I will just go ahead and throw it into this pot here so that I can saute it. And then I am also going to dice up a medium-sized onion. And I'm also going to throw that into the same pot here. I was actually surprised how delicious the Mexican style chicken stew was in the MRE. That's why I decided to do this. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I thought to myself, I definitely am going to have to see if I can recreate this flavor. And so that's what I did. And here I am. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt in there because I don't want these peppers and onions to fry. I want them to just kind of saute and sweat out some of their fluids and keep all the flavor. And they are almost all the way cooked at this point, so we can start adding our cans of ingredients. We got a large can of chicken. I'm keeping the fluid. A can of carrots, including the fluid from the can. I had some corn on the cob that I parboiled and cut off the cob and then froze. So I'm putting that in there. It's about 1 can's worth. Here is 1 can of diced tomatoes, including the fluid. And I meant to buy a small can of green chilies, but I ended up with a ginormous can, so I'm only going to put in about half of this can. And it's just the green chilies, the Walmart brand. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. And then we are going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin. I don't normally like cumin, but it tasted really good in this recipe. And then we are going to add 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. And then we are also going to add some chili powder, 1/2 to 1 teaspoon. But I didn't have very much even left in my jar, so I just ended up dumping it all in there. It's probably more than 1 teaspoon, but it worked out perfectly. And then we are going to add a 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. I did add a little extra salt because most of my canned items are low sodium. So I wanted to add that little extra bit, just, to enhance the flavor. And then I just stirred it to combine all my seasonings. And then now I am just going to let this come to a boil and then turn it down to simmer. And then it will simmer uncovered for about 30 to 40 minutes. And there it is. That's what it looks like. And I have to tell you, this was really close in flavor to the MRE style. Mine is a little brothier than the MRE that I ate, but I have to say, this was so delicious. I really loved this a lot. I hope you guys decide you want to try this out and taste my recipe. It was delicious, and the fun thing about it is you just only need to use, you know, a bunch of cans out of your pantry. That's the best part. You know, super easy, super quick. The only time that it took me any kind of time was when I was chopping the onion and the green pepper. But you don't even necessarily have to add the onion and the green pepper. If you just want to add just the cans and the spices, it's still going to taste delicious. You know, just add a little bit of onion powder instead of an onion if you don't have an onion. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And yeah. Oh, by the way, I really enjoy crackers. So I decided I want to add some crackers to this, which, you know, who doesn't love crackers in their soup or stew or whatever? I know I love them. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my video, and have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe.